How are you today? AKA, oops, wrong way, Rhonda Niehaus. I'm the frugal rodeo mom, and I live this frugal life and I do rodeo. That's how I got my name, is because a lot of people can't figure out how to have the horses and live a frugal life. So I've been giving some tips on here. So if you haven't caught some of my past videos, get on YouTube and check out my other videos. The link to my YouTube channel is in the video that you're in the description of the video that you're watching. Okay, guys, how to spend less on your pets. And this can be arranged from horses all the way to dogs and cats. So it doesn't necessarily have to be just limited to horses. I think this is all something that kind of broadens out between all of them. So I just wanted to give you some tips of some things that I do that kind of help some things. The first one that I do is I've learned some home remedies for some common things. Did you know that you can give a dog like ibuprofen? Did you know that you can give them Benadryl? Did you know that horses, like I use diaper rash cream on horses all the time for little minor cuts and scrapes, or, like if they get galled when you ride or if something rubs on them, then you can use Desitin on that. I also use like triple antibiotic salve on horses. If there is a scrape or whatever, I'll just smear some triple antibiotic salve on it. Dogs, you have to be a little more careful because they do lick it. So depending on where it is, and if you're worried about it, you may just need to slap a cone on them. But there's just some little things that you can do like that that will help your pets, that are just over the counter stuff, as long as you know how to give it. And a lot of times, if you have a good relationship with your vet, a lot of times they will help you. You can just be like, hey, they're the ones. My vet is actually the one that told me about Benadryl for my dog, because she was having an allergic reaction to, I think, spring. I don't know, but grass, spring, the new grass, and she gets all red. So now I know when she gets all red on the belly, I just start giving her Benadryl. In a couple days, it goes away. It also keeps the ear infection down in her ears. Okay. So you can do that. As far as like food, this is what people seem to trip up on a lot. So you can buy food in bulk, and I don't care if it's horse food or dog food. You can buy in bulk. Be careful of the subscription ones. Like I know Chewy is one that a lot of people go through, or the Bark Box or whatever, where they get their food and all of that from these places and they just automatically send it. I don't have an issue with that, as long as you're always aware of what the price is. I have found just personally on some of those subscription things, they'll start you out at a low cost, and then you get going with this food and you get maybe 6 months into your subscription and the food price starts going up a little bit. So just be careful of those and always shop around for your food, even if you're buying it in bulk. Just always kind of keep shopping around and see what kind of a deal that you can get. So this isn't just a set it and forget it thing, guys. You have to be aware of what's coming in and out of your bank account. Make your own dog food. I know people that make their own treats, but did you know you can make your own dog food too? I'm not going to say it's hugely cost effective, but you just have to weigh it out. If you have a dog that requires some sort of special food or something, like one of the things that we do, like when my dog gets either diarrhea or throws up a lot, what we do is we start getting her on hamburger and rice. Now we have hamburger, and I always have instant rice or whatever, in my cabinet. So I just put her on hamburger and rice for a few days and see if we can get her to like stop throwing up or, whatever. So those are things that you can do as well, but you can make your own dog food. Dogs are not really a kibble kind of animal. They are more of a meat carnivore kind of animal. So people will go to the locker and get scraps and that kind of stuff and just do meat and vegetables, and they'll cook up a big batch of whatever for your dogs or whatever. Now, horses, hay, where I can tell you with hay, if you can make your own hay, amazing. Now, like I do not have enough acreage to make my own hay. So one of the things that I do is I try to just buy it in bulk. Like one time we'll get the amount of bales that we need for the winter. And we'll just get that and we'll get it, put up in the barn and then we just have it. So that's what I try to do. Or you can buy it out of the field. Like if you can buy your bulk stuff out of the field, a lot of times you can get a reduced rate on that because the farmer doesn't have to deal with it. So there's that. Making your own horse grain. Horses are not necessarily grain animals. We have made them grain animals. So as long as you have good quality alfalfa hay or good quality grass hay, you don't necessarily need to feed them grain. I personally do, just because I feel like it gives them more of what they need, but make sure that they have minerals and that kind of stuff. And a lot of times you can buy that stuff in bulk as well. So there's inexpensive ways that you can keep your horse budget or your dog cat budget down just by buying some stuff in bulk. And it costs up front, but then you just have it for however long. And if you really do the math, it does save. And the other thing that I do is I just keep a small little vet box for my horses, at least, where I have the diaper rash cream, the thermometer, all of that stuff, so I can make sure and make the best assessment, because then I can call the vet and be like, here's what I got going. Do I need to bring them in? What do I need to do? They're running a temp, da da da. Sometimes I don't want them to come in. Sometimes they're like, well, just do X, Y, and Z and monitor them for a few hours or a day or so. And if it gets worse, then let us know, because they're busy too. They don't want to necessarily run out just to tell you that. But if I call them and I'm like, hey, my horse is running a fever, da 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 da, and they may have me run in and grab some things, like SMZ tablets or something. That's pretty much a general antibiotic that you can give horses. But they may have you run in and do that. And same with your dog. Like if you can just be aware and communicate with your vet on, hey, my dog has XYZ, what can we do to, make them comfortable, whatever. So these are some things that you can do to help lessen the cost of having these animals. You can't really skimp on shots and all of that unless you're capable of doing themselves. But I know with like a dog, you got to have those shots done by a vet so you can have recorded record in case they would ever bite somebody, da 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 da. But just save money where you can. And that is the key to being a successful pet owner and staying on a budget. So, all right, guys, I have this kind of stuff and more in my VIP Facebook group. There's some recipes over there. I just uploaded last week 2 of my favorite keto recipes. Get over there. They're in the guide section. It's no better time than now to get over there and get in there. So do that. The link of my Facebook group is in the description of whatever video you're watching. So grab that and head on over there. You guys all have an amazing Monday. I will see